In this video, I will share to you 5 underrated Warframe builds that you must try in 2025. Take note that these builds might raise your eyebrow, as some of it removes vital parts of a Warframe to make a specific build optimized for a specific gameplay. However, rest assured that I will be explaining all the details and give you a demo and how good each Warframe build is. By the way, if you like Warframe videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to get updated on our latest videos. This will help us with the algorithm, and we will really appreciate all your support. Thank you so much, and now, let's begin this video with Inaros. Scarab Swarm Inaros is fun with the latest Summoner's Wrath Aura mod in the game. The new mod does increase the damage of each sand cavat you spawn, and in endless runs, there will be a point wherein you'll enjoy seeing your minions killing those steel path enemies while you are standing and doing nothing. While it's fun, I still replace his 4th skill with a subsume ability, preferably a buffing skill such as Eclipse, Roar, or even Wrathful Advance. The main goal here is to turn Inaros into an amazing weapon platform Warframe, and I specifically replace his 4th ability because of Precision Intensify that gives out an insane 90% bonus power strength to whatever ability is in your 4th skill slot. The only problem though is that I can't equip Umbral Intensify on my build when I have the Precision variant, and this lowers my overall health and armor bonus from the Umbral set. The power strength buff distributed to other abilities don't really matter, and most of the power strength buff is only intended for the buffing skill. Well, it's really not a problem though, as with Umbral Fiber and Umbral Vitality, I can still have 5k plus health. But the health values is really not intended for survivability alone, as I just make sure that I have enough to further increase my power strength with Arcane Bellicose. Inaros is one of those Warframes that can easily get the max 72% power strength bonus of Arcane Bellicose, and with the 2 Umbral mods alone, I can get the max buff, and the amount of power strength you see in your screen isn't 326% only, as it's more than 400% power strength boost for Eclipse when Precision Intensify is calculated. Like I have said, this is not only applicable for Eclipse, but also for other buffing skills like Roar or Wrathful Advance. In fact, if you have Wrathful Advance in the 4th skill slot, you'll gain 460% melee critical chance, which is a guaranteed red crit tier for all melee weapons. Now you have the option to further optimize your build with Violet Archon Shards for melee focus builds, or you can also go with Red Tau Forged Archon Shards for more power strength buff, which is perfect for both melee and guns. I also like to pair the Eclipse variant with the Incarnon Dual Toxicist, and the weapon just shred with the amount of buff that Inaros can give the weapon. It's true that base Eclipse Mirage can do better, but this is one of those builds for Sand King that can make Steel Path levels easy. In addition, with the Negation armor active, the Warframe is better when it comes to survivability, and he can also use her Sandstorm to become invincible and heal his self. Moving on, I would like to talk about a solo Limbo build perfect for Steel Path levels and beyond. I know many hate Limbo because his skills can be used to troll other players, but I would just like to remind you all how good his Rift Torrent augment paired with the Cataclysmic Continuum augment in one build. Basically, Rift Torrent increases Limbo's damage while in the Rift plane for each enemy affected by Rift Surge. This is really busted in endless Steel Path levels, as you can affect multiple enemies, providing like 2000% or more damage buff to the Warframe. The damage bonus from Rift Torrent stacks additively with damage mods such as Serration, but Exodia Contagion and Glaive Explosions are multiplicative to base damage and applies twice. Now, a Slam build with the Incarnon Magistar provided with insane buff from Rift Torrent will allow you to hit damage cap with Limbo easily. The only problem though, is once you kill an enemy, the buff will get lowered, and this is where the Cataclysmic Continuum augment comes into play. This augment basically allows you to maintain the bubble of your 4th skill, and when you are inside, you just simply cast Rift Surge to get the bonus damage buff. Finally, I would also like to add some quality of life to the build using pulling mechanics. The Nautilus with its Cordon Mod precept will allow you to pull enemies inside the Rift Plane bubble, making your life easy. Just don't forget to equip the Manifold Bond and Duplex Bond mods, along with the Verglass Sentinel weapon with at least 3 status procs in the mod setup. Duplex Bond will clone your Sentinel, and it will help in spreading the status to proc the Manifold Bond effect. This will then lower the cooldown of your Cordon Mod precept, which allows you to constantly pull enemies within your bubble. Just rinse and repeat the process, and enjoy killing enemies with Limbo. Also, you can use the Magus Anomaly Arcane from your operator to pull enemies inside the bubble. This is the old but gold method, but I strongly recommend the Nautilus for this synergy.
See? I have it out here on the line too. Marking extraction. Use it when you need it, but only if you need it.
Then, let's discuss about Valkyr. I know many players are asking for a rework for this Warframe, but honestly, Valkyr just need a few tweaks instead of a complete overhaul. The obvious one is making her Exalted Claws deal more slash damage instead of a balanced distribution between the physical damage types. Well, it's a claw, so obviously it should deal more slash damage. Other than that, I have no complaints with this Warframe right now, as she is insane and got a mix of immortality and killing power. Now the build I have for this Warframe is the same with Inaros, but instead of Arcane Bellicose, I ended using Arcane Energize for the energy maintenance on her 4th skill. In addition, you can go with either Wrathful Advance or Eclipse for the Subsume skill. But for the Archon Shard, I strongly recommend using a full stack of Violet Archon Shard for the extra critical damage. The best part of Valkyr right now is that she's an exalted wielder, and I consider her a cheat code in some late-game missions, such as Temporal Archimedia. With a slam build on her Exalted Claws, the Warframe can deal millions of damage and easily kill Steel Path and beyond enemies. The Warframe is also exceptional in killing bosses, such as the Ephervon tank. By the way, it's not all about slam attacks, as there are cases that enemies are easier to kill with the spin to win attack of Valkyr's Exalted Claws, which is why I decided to have Primed Reach in my Talon build. However, it's just a personal choice, and you can just stick with other mods that further boost the damage of your Exalted weapon.
Turns out it's not just health bubbles coming out of the rot. There's some stuff in it. Like this. See? My ass is out here on the line too. Okay, marking extraction. You can pull the ripcord whenever you need to.
The next Warframe is one of the most hated, and there are lots of players complaining on how bad the Warframe is. It's true that Kome has no team synergy, and her abilities somehow is redundant and not synergetic at all. But right now, the Warframe is really fun to play with, especially in endless Steel Path missions like Omnia Fissures. Thanks to her Omikuji's Fortune Augment, you can lower the cooldown of your 2nd skill and gain decrees faster. While the Warframe is not for all, but I strongly recommend that you try her at least once in Omnia Fissure. She's really fun to play with once you got those insane decree buffs for your guns and weapons. Finally, I would like to add Nidus again in this video. Not the normal Nidus build, mind you, but the Ore Gaze variant that I have been sharing to you since last year. The farming Nidus build just got better because of Arcane Bellicose. With the Parasitic Vitality Augment, you can easily gain the 72% power strength boost of the Arcane. With this mod setup, I have a total of 427% power strength boost when Molt Augmented is at max stack. But you can also get the 60% power strength bonus from Red Tau Forged Archon Shard, so you can start benefiting from the Ore Gaze extra loot at the start of the mission. This Nidus build is really great at endless survival runs in Steel Path levels, as you'll not only showcase the immortality of the Warframe, but with the Ore Gaze skill, you will also have tons of resources farmed at the end of the mission. So, these are the 5 Warframe builds that I strongly recommend you try this year. There are more to come, so stay vigilant for the next video, and I hope you are enjoying the content. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.